Not every sleep paralysis story starts with a shadow in the corner. In the following stories, people felt things touch them, drag them, sit on them, pull them out of bed, or get closer before they could even open their eyes. Your body is frozen, and you don't have time to figure out if it's real, a nightmare, or your mind turning against you. But the scary part is, do you even know how to deal with something you have not read upon it? Most of the sleep paralysis experience are something about something sitting on your chest and you not being able to move. But when you are being dragged or touched, even if it's just sleep paralysis, you don't know what to do. That is the most scariest thing about these stories. Listen closely because every story shows a different kind of fear. And the last one is my own experience, where I never saw anything at all, but somehow that made it even scarier. I have had sleep paralysis episodes for 17 years, so I have a lot of stories, but here are the worst two of mine. One time I was alone at home and sleeping on my stomach. Once I woke up paralyzed, I opened my eyes and saw a small child-sized black figure sitting at the bottom of my bed. I closed my eyes and started telling myself that it is not real. I did it multiple times. It usually helps. It is like telling your mind that you are just waking up, but my body has not, and I am seeing things which are not real. Then I opened my eyes to check if it was gone, but no. The moment I opened my eyes, the creature climbed on my back and sat there. It was heavy. At that point, I really believed I was going to die. I was telling myself, that's it. That's how I am going to die, and nobody will even know why I died in my sleep. That creature felt evil, and to this day it scares me. The second most horrible episode was when I was sleeping with my significant other by my side. I was in the middle of a dream. In the dream, I saw myself sitting in the next room. Suddenly, a hand appeared out of nowhere and started violently strangling me. That woke me up and put me in a sleep paralysis state, and I felt intense physical pain and burning sensation all over my body. My breathing was so chaotic that my significant other woke up to wake me up, and I immediately started crying. I didn't sleep that night. That time I actually felt real pain, and I really believed I was attacked. I have experienced sleep paralysis for about 8 years now. I am 26. When I was younger, I found myself in a bit of a catch. 22, I was getting hammered drunk about 4 nights a week. The more I would get on it, the worse and more my sleep paralysis would get. But because it was getting worse, I was petrified of ever going to sleep. So I would do everything to get wasted and just KO at the end of the night. Fast forward to being a parent, I obviously no longer get so much drunk, but I still get sleep paralysis, although not as often as I did before. I have gone from having about 4 episodes per night to maybe about 1 a week, though it still happens occasionally. While sleep paralysis hasn't been so bad the last few weeks, the nightmares have been awful, but that's a different story. My worst episode ever? I could describe multiple, with children laughing and breathing in my ear, demons and etc. But the worst sleep paralysis episode is when I saw a creature enter my room, get on my bed, grab me by the shoulders and drag me out of my bed towards the door. I felt my back hit against the floor and the scratches from the floor as it's dragging me whilst looking at my own body in my bed. So the standard sleep paralysis, can't move, can't breathe, can't scream, can't blink, fighting for that one move to snap out of it, combined with some weird shitty out of body experience. What makes this better and how I try to avoid an episode? First of all, I sleep by the window, away from the door. I used to sleep by the door but asked to swap sides with my boyfriend. It somehow makes me feel safe. And when he asked why, I proudly said, well, if my sleep paralysis demon comes, he will get you first. I am sacrificing you. It makes me a whole lot safer. Before going to bed, I take all towels off the hangers, remove anything that can even resemble a dark creature. I make sure the door is almost closed, leave a gap so small a demon couldn't come in. I have a divan base, so nothing under my bed either, and I never sleep on my back. So these are some of the rituals that I follow. So I can fool my mind that I am safer. And also, I don't forget to hydrate myself and drink water before I go to sleep. Because if you are dehydrated, I feel like the sleep paralysis can get worse. So, my partner and I were staying down south in this weird little town over New Year's. He went out with his friends one night, leaving me at the site alone. I was sitting in the bedroom with door open to the kitchen, and suddenly I see a woman walk past the door and open the fridge, then close it. I tend to see spirits a lot, so it wasn't unusual for me, but not knowing who she was a little scary. Freaking out, I call my partner and he doesn't answer because there's hardly any reception. So I sit awake in this room by myself for a good 3 hours. Finally, the boys get back. I don't tell them what happened because they wouldn't understand, but instead I just cry about how long they were out for. We go to bed. I'm really restless because of everything. Suddenly, I feel this jolting in the bed. I wake up and ask my partner what's wrong. He doesn't speak for a good 5 minutes, then finally gasps and says, "Just hold me." So I end up holding him the rest of the night. The next morning we wake up and he says to me, "This woman last night was holding me down, screaming in my face. I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to freak out." I literally freak out and tell him what I saw that night too. We both agreed to leave that day. There was no way we were staying another night there. A few months later, he passed away suddenly at 21. Also, my nan tends to have sleep paralysis whenever someone is about to die, and I dream about the deaths before they happen. For example, a few months ago, I was having dreams about a car accident and someone dying. I tend to wake up freaking out. I would have these dreams every night for a good week. They stopped, and the next night, I was a witness to a car hitting a 15-year-old kid in the middle of an intersection and the kid passing away. I have had sleep paralysis for years now. It's on and off though, thankfully. One time I had it 4 times in one night. I was staying at my friend's house and at the end of the bed was a closet that was super dark. I remember getting that weird pins and needles feeling and I knew I was about to be in sleep paralysis. I opened my eyes and heard an extremely loud buzzing noise. Looking around the room as best as I could, I didn't see anything until I looked towards the closet. A completely black figure with bright white eyes slowly crept out of the closet and came towards me. It put its hand on the bed and I literally felt the weight of it next to my feet. It grabbed my feet and yanked me down, and that's when I slipped out of it. The next time, same night, I was on my stomach and woke up in sleep paralysis again, hearing that buzzing noise. It then felt like something literally jumped on my back and I couldn't breathe, like I literally thought I was going to suffocate. There was another time at my boyfriend's that I was laying in bed on my side facing the wall. I had a blanket next to me and I swear to God I opened up my eyes and saw my friend Jamie laying there and thought, "What the fuck is she doing here?" And then the blanket figure got yanked down. I used to have more visual than audio has hallucinations, but now I have both. The auditory hallucinations are so deafening sometimes, it's absolutely insane. For me, I have noticed that if I am not super stressed out and relatively happy, I don't have it as often as when I am really stressed and depressed. I can sometimes force it if I make scary pictures in my mind. Hi guys, it's Miss Scary here. This is my own experience I am sharing, and it was the first time that I ever experienced something like this. I have heard of sleep paralysis before but did not take much into consideration. So, on this random day or night, it was after 2 a.m. How I know? Because I was awake till 2 a.m. just reading something on my phone. My cousin and were sharing a room at the time, and we were in a rental house. So I keep my phone down and get ready to sleep. Now, when I first try to sleep, I have this habit of sleeping on my back. So I was laying on my back and my hands are lying straight next to my body and just getting drifted to sleep. I am sleeping in a fully straight position, like when you are standing in an attention position, but lying down. I was not deep asleep yet, but steadily getting there. Okay, sleeping. Suddenly, I get these goosebumps on my whole body. This happens, but I'm not aroused yet. It feels like something is awakening me, most probably my senses. Then I just feel like something is getting closer to me, but not like near my bed or anything. I feel like it was floating above me just as I was sleeping. It was above me like it was mirroring me and just staring at me. Mind you, guys, I did not open my eyes. I'm not stupid or stupidly courageous. Even if there was nothing, I don't want to confirm anything. So I'm just laying there and closing my eyes and getting these goosebumps. So slowly, I'm fully awake and aware, like my skin and my senses are alive now. Then I don't know for how long, but I just kept feeling like it was coming closer and closer, like so close that our noses might touch, and then slowly moving away. So when I feel it moving closer, I will get these crazy goosebumps, and this negative feeling will rush through me, and most prominent is fear. Then when it moves away, I can breathe again. So this keeps happening for who knows how long. By the time it stopped, my whole body was aching and I was covered in sweat. I did not feel any pressure on my chest or anything that commonly happens in sleep paralysis. But why I feel like it was sleep paralysis? My conclusion is I could not move my body, though I can move my fingertips a bit. But I was too scared to move even my eyes, let alone my whole hand. I think due to extreme fear, my body got locked. And I know it's not a nightmare because after they stopped, I was still scared and just waiting to get sleep in the same position, no matter I want to turn so much to relieve the ache. But then I heard my cousin awake and looking through her phone. So I quickly opened my eyes and just turned on my side towards her. It was such a secure feeling that someone is awake and you are not alone. Then finally, I slept off. Never had another experience again, and I don't want to ever experience it again. I think it would have been better if similar experience like others would have happened, because this feeling of unknown is more scarier to me than anything.